A single photo, taken in 1919, captures a moment of camaraderie among a squadron of Royal Air Force airmen. But look closer. Tucked away in the back row, almost hidden, is a face that shouldn't be there. This is the story of the Goddard Squadron photograph, an image that continues to defy logical explanation. The squadron, part of the crew serving on the HMS Daedalus, had gathered for a group portrait. The day was solemn. The photo was taken shortly after the funeral of one of their own, an air mechanic named Freddy Jackson. Jackson had been tragically killed 2 days prior when he walked into a moving propeller. The men posed, the shutter clicked, and the moment was preserved on a glass plate negative. A few days later, the developed photograph was circulated among the squadron members. That's when the whispers started. One by one, the airmen noticed it. Peeking out from behind the head of another airman in the top row was a face. It was faint, almost translucent, but unmistakably there. And to the men who knew him, it was unmistakably Freddy Jackson. The man who took the photo was Sir Victor Goddard, a respected officer in the Royal Air Force. Goddard himself confirmed the story later in his life. He, along with the other members of the squadron, recognized the face as their departed friend. The man Jackson is seen standing behind later said he felt a strange, cold sensation on the back of his neck at the exact moment the photo was taken. Skeptics, of course, have offered alternative explanations over the years. The most common theory is that it's a simple case of double exposure. Perhaps the photographic plate was accidentally used twice, with an earlier image of Jackson faintly imprinting itself onto the final group shot. This is a plausible technical explanation, yet it fails to account for a few key details. Why would an earlier photo of Jackson be perfectly positioned to appear as if he were part of the group? And why would it align so neatly behind one of his close friends? Another theory suggests it's simply a case of pareidolia, the human tendency to see faces in random patterns. Perhaps the face isn't Freddy Jackson at all, but just a coincidental smudge, a trick of light and shadow on another airman's cap or the background. But the men who were there, the men who served with Freddy Jackson and mourned his loss, were certain. They saw their friend. They knew his face. For them, it wasn't a smudge or a technical glitch. It was Freddy, showing up for his squadron's photo, unwilling to be left out, even after death. The story became a minor legend within the RAF, passed down through generations of airmen. Sir Victor Goddard, who went on to have a distinguished and high-ranking career, never wavered in his account of the event. He presented it not as proof of ghosts, but as an unexplained phenomenon, a genuine mystery he had personally witnessed. The original photograph still exists. You can look at it today, and you can see the face for yourself. It's a grainy, black and white image from a world long gone, and in the back row, a faint, ethereal face looks out, a silent participant in a moment frozen over a century ago. The explanation often proposed is that the photographic plate may have been slow to process, and the image of Jackson was somehow retained from an earlier exposure. But the logistics of such an error creating this specific result are complex and, to some, less believable than the alternative. What truly makes the Goddard Squadron photograph so compelling isn't just the spooky face. It's the context. It's the testimony of dozens of witnesses, sober, disciplined military men who had no reason to invent such a tale. They weren't ghost hunters or paranormal investigators. They were pilots and mechanics, men of logic and precision. And they all saw the same thing. They saw their friend, Freddy Jackson, taking his place for one last photo call. Whether it was a perfectly timed double exposure, a collective manifestation of grief, or something else entirely, the image remains one of the most famous and unsettling alleged ghost photographs ever taken. It serves as a quiet, chilling reminder that sometimes a picture tells a story far stranger than the one it was intended to capture. A story that, even with all our modern understanding of photography and psychology, has never been fully explained. The face in the back row remains a mystery, a silent witness from beyond the grave, captured in a single, inexplicable moment in 1919. Subscribe to the Unusual Archive for more true mysteries.